Jim is our inspector, and he will do the inspections on all the houses after the application, and if you get selected for the application, you will see him again. We're gonna get down to the meat of the program, and there's three things that you have to qualify for. Number one, you have to live in the city of Ridgely. If you don't, you can enjoy Jim's program, but the rest of it doesn't apply to you. Number two, you must own your home for 1 year. If you do not own your home for 1 year, you do not qualify for this grant. So, and the third thing is income, and we'll get into that in the application. If you get past the first two, we want you to fill out an application, and we'll work with you on the income issue if that's an issue. But the first two, there's no use taking an application unless you apply to both of them. Everybody okay with that? If anybody doesn't live in the city? Great, that's great. All right. This is a federal HUD funded awarded grant from THDA. It's a statewide competitive process, so you competed with probably 40 other cities that applied for this. And Mayor Hamilton allowed us to apply, and y'all qualified, so we've got $810,000 to spend. The program goal is to bring substandard housing into compliance with HUD housing quality standards, as well as local building codes, health and safety concerns. Examples of eligible work include plumbing, electrical, foundations, roof, truss repair, roof replacement, handicap accessibility, window and door repair or replacement. That's the focus. But if after the inspection, we determine the house cannot be repaired, what is it, 75%?
75%.
75% of the value is determined if we're going to tear it down and rebuild a new house. And we build about a little over 1,000 square foot house. But it has to be in the condition. Jim makes that determination when he does his inspection whether it's to be torn down or not. So it's better if we can repair everybody's houses, but if we don't, we will. If you're in the top 8 or 10 on the random draw, you know we don't know until we get to that next house. Well, we're going to go to the next one. We try to do about 4 at a time to see where we are with the money before we try to commit to anybody else. One of the focuses, and Jim mentioned in his presentation, we remediate lead-based paint. Any house built prior to 1978 has to have a lead inspection. If lead is found, it has to be remediated if we decide to rehab the house. For rehab, the compliance period is 5 years. So every 20% every year, the amount of money we pay is reduced until the end where you don't owe anything. If you sell the house in the first year, you're going to pay all the money back. If something happens to you, your family can continue to use the house. If they sell it, they got to pay the money back. They can live in it, lease it, whatever they want to do with it, but except sell it. They cannot sell it without having to pay the money back that you get for this grant. I want that to be real clear. And on a tear down, where we build you a brand new house, the time period is 15 years. So anybody have any questions about that? Okay. Again, I've got information we're going to give with the application, and y'all can call me. You can call me or Jessica, and we'll be glad to work through it. The main thing is your income after we get the application. And there's a sheet that you need to fill out that helps Jim on his inspection. What do we call that form, Jessica?
Dwelling survey.
Dwelling survey, thank you. The dwelling survey, you need to put down everything that you know that's wrong with your house on that dwelling survey. And we'll give you an example. I had a lady in a town nearby filled hers out, and we got almost to the end of the project, and discovered she had some flooding in her carport. She didn't put it on the survey. So we couldn't go back and do that work to alleviate that flooding. So you need to put any issues you have about your house on that survey. Anything that you think's wrong with it. That way, that'll key Jim to be looking for it and put it in his report.
Hey, Tim, one thing could I say?
Sure.
And remember this, let's just say you got a deck on the back of your house. I just had this in another city, and it's like a 30 by 40 deck. They're not gonna sit there and they'll tear that deck down. They're not gonna build you a 30 by 40 foot deck back. 8 by 10 is typical, okay? So let's say you've got a deck like that. What I'm gonna do when I do the work write-up, I'm gonna say, hey, if we do this, if I write this up and they tear it down, they're not gonna build you one that size. And then you decide whether or not, hey, just, leave it alone, don't write it up or whatever. But, just because you had custom-made cabinets from 25 years ago, you're gonna get stock cabinets.
Right, okay. Again, income, live in the city limits, all property taxes must be paid. You must have a current receipt. That's this year's property taxes. We'll need a receipt to go with that application to confirm. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
I mean, good work.
Let's see, the application deadline is gonna be February the 17th, 4 p.m. at the City Hall. You can turn it in after that.
That's the deadline.
It's the deadline for turning in the application. City Hall, February 17th, 4 p.m. Now, you get it turned in and the survey filled out, we'll work with you. But if you don't get it turned in by 4 p.m., that's the deadline. Have you given out all the applications? Does everybody have an application? Does everybody have an application? Yes. Okay. One thing you are responsible for, especially if you have lead, you will not be able to stay in the house during the work. You are responsible for your own accommodations. The grant will not pay for you to stay in a hotel for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You are responsible for your own accommodation.
What about the contents of your house? Your
Okay,
furniture and all that, do they-
on the tear down, the contractor supplies, containers for you to put your valuables in, and you have a lock and key to it, nobody else. So the contract, that's in the contract with the contractor, he will provide one on your property to store your stuff. It's according to the amount of lead, you may have to take your stuff out of the house to do the lead. It's according to how the inspection goes on the lead. We won't know that, and we won't know that until we know what contractor does the work. That's a very good question. And you must maintain homeowner insurance during the term of the grant. So 5 years for rehab, 15 years for a new house.
Did you mention the random
So
draw?
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
On the 5-year forgiven compliance, if I stay 4 years, am I still liable for the whole?
20%,
20%?
20% left.
Okay,
It's just like that with the 15 years.
okay.
That's 7.7, whatever the percentage is, It reduces each year.
Okay.
And just for that.
Did you mention the random draw? Did you mention the random draw?
I have not. After we receive the applications and we rank and we score them, make sure everybody qualifies, we will have another meeting to do a random draw. It'll be a public meeting, probably here, that we will have an independent person draw the names. We'll number each application and we will draw the numbers, and that's where we'll determine who gets to work first. And we will start with one and go down till we spend all the money.
Fair enough.
I mean, is anybody any questions about that? I'll be glad to discuss that with you, but that is the fairest way we have determined to do this, and we've done it for 8 or 10 different grants, and it's worked great. I know it sounds kind of, like it's almost like a gambling casino, but that's not. It really is a fair way of doing it, and people, we have discovered people that need it or have just as much chance as people that don't, so. Anybody have any other questions?
Gotta go work.
Could you explain, excuse me, Johnny,
Yes,
could you explain what you just said about random drawing and all this?
random draw. We will qualify every application that, if you live in the city, if, you meet the income standards, and you own your house for a year. Those are the 3 things that get you qualified to be in the drawing.
But if you don't own your house for a whole year and only own it 6 months, then you don't qualify.
You do not
The
qualify.
year starts October 2024 to October 2025, because the grant officially started.
I got my home October 31st last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, the daughter needs retired.
What about you making payments on?
October. Okay.
October
Yeah,
25.
Yeah, you had that, you don't qualify, unfortunately.
Be next year, right?
Right.
Alright.
I said 24.
Yes, sir.
I've been in my house for 7 years, but I make payments on it. What's that mean?
You own the house. You
Yeah.
got a deed.
Okay,
We're
yeah,
looking for the deed.
I've got a
Okay.
date.
Part of the application is supplying us a deed.
okay, that's
I have a
fine,
date.
yeah.
Yeah, but you hadn't lived there 12 months.
Yeah, I lived there for over 6 years.
Oh.
You got a mortgage?
Well, I thought you said you're going out and moving in October.
I have a date. You got a mortgage at
You own that 6 months.
You got the date. Got the date? Uh-huh.
What's the date on the deed?
October 31st.
45?
Yeah.
You hadn't lived there 12 months.
You live here for a month.
Is there any other questions?
Whoever chose it, she bought house.
Yeah, random draw.
Right.
Bam.
Oh, is this over?
You don't have to be present. Oh, you do not? We have your attention. You do not have to be present at the random draw. It is a public meeting for anybody to come to. You do not have to be there if your application is in the drawing. You do not have to be there.
I'm saying it's gonna be in her name. All right, so what it is she's actually lived with her husband in that house for over 6 years. But the house is in his name and he passed away. So,
She qualifies.
okay. Well, I mean, that's what I thought she did.
Yeah, well, when she said she only lived there since October, I thought she just moved in.
No, I think what she did, she only had it in her name since
I
October,
think,
right?
I believe we're okay with that.
Since in your name. Okay. No, you're good.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
I was kind of wondering myself.
She didn't worry. Did I answer your question? Do you understand my?
I don't